Oh, Naya, I want to begin by addressing Monday, and I know we had a lot of fun playing the basketball game, but it was really hard for me to tell if you thought that this was just a game or if you were actually learning. So I just want to start off by telling you that I'm going to expect the same expectations from you that Ms. Berger does. I want to see that you're actually doing the task instead of just goofing off. Okay, so if I give you something to do, I want to see you actually trying and doing it. Okay? Any questions about that before we start? No? Okay. So we're going to start by finding the GCF of a couple problems, and then we're going to do something called simplifying the fraction. So let's start off by having the fraction 10 25ths. What's the first step? Felix? For 10? Yep. Next step, India. 10 times 1. Is there anything else for 10? No. Okay, so what's the next step? Tyler. Anything else for 25? Courtney. Am I done with 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what? Carrie.
Find the greatest common factors.
And what is the greatest common factor?
1.
Is it 1? I know we have 1 and 1 in common here. Sophia. 5. We're back on Monday. I had you fill out those index cards. I saw a lot of people who were not looking to see which one was the greatest one. They were just looking to see if there were any numbers in common. So I saw a lot of people for this particular problem circle 1. I want you to look at all the factors and circle whichever one is the greatest. Okay? All right. Oops. All right, let's go over another GCF problem. Anthony. 1 times 11. Next step, Kennedy.
33 times.
Am I done? Why not? Terrence. Times 11. Good job. I saw a lot of people on this particular problem just stopped. They just stopped at 33 and 1 and 11 times 1. I need you to go through all of the factors. Caitlin, what's the next? If you're having problems, you can cross off. No. 1. 33, there's nothing up here that says 33, but there is an 11 that they share. Oh. 33 is not in the numerator. I know we have two numbers. Oh, I'm sorry. This should be. But 33 is not in the numerator, so they don't share that in common. But 11 would be the GCF. Okay? So now we are going to do something called simplifying fractions. Yep, the simplest form. So let's take this one again. There are a couple different steps, and right now you can take out your math notebook and a pencil to take notes. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencil. Okay, we're going to work with the same problem. And to simplify a fraction, the first step is to find the GCF. Can someone remind me what the GCF is for this? Tyler?
Greatest common factor.
And what's the GCF for this problem? Okay, so we found the GCF. We can write GCF equals 5. My second step. Numerator. So we're going to take 10. What's 10 divided by 5, Carrie? 2. Okay, now I need to divide my denominator by my GCF. 25 divided by 5. Megan. So this is my 2/5. It's the equivalent fraction to 10 25ths. I know Ms. Berger told me that yesterday you worked on equivalent fractions a little bit to see that different numbers can really mean the same thing. And then my third step is to check. The way you can check to see if this is in simplest form is if the GCF is 1 with your new fraction. So let's go over that right now. What numbers can I multiply by to get 2? 1 times what? 1 is 2. And what about 5? Kennedy? What's the GCF of 5? Or what can I multiply by to get 5? 5 times. So my GCF is 1. So we know we did that problem, right? So let me have you try on one of you can write 8 else on your paper. I'll give you about 1 minute. In simplest form. So follow the steps. Try to find your GCF. Do you have it? He's right. When you think you have it, raise your hand. Okay. The first step is to find the GCF, so let's walk through this. What are the factors of 8? Megan? And what are the factors of 12, Felix? Any other factors? Shatira? So what is my GCF of this fraction, India?
4.
4 is the GCF. Okay, so now we're on my second step. I need to divide 8 by 4. What does 8 divided by 4 carry?
2.
And 12 divided by 4. Sophia. So we need to check this. What do I do to check this? Caitlin,
Multiply.
multiply what?
The 4 and the 2 and the 4 and
No. Tyler, can you help her out?
the 3. 3 and the 2?
Am I multiplying?
No, you're subtracting.
I need to check, and check my GCF needs to equal 1. So I need to find the GCF of this new fraction. Shatira.
2, 2 and 1.
Yep. Shatira, do you have something else? Right. 1 is the only number that's shared, and it is equal to 1. Our new GCF, or our new fraction is the simplest form. Should we do another one? Okay. Why don't you write 12 over 3? So 12 thirds, and I'll give you a couple seconds to do this one. Remember, follow the steps on the board if you're stuck. Oops. What's your answer? That equals 1. No. All right, parents, what's the first step?
I get it.
412? Megan. Naya. 1 and 12. What about for 3? India. Caitlin?
Multiply 12. Divide.
Oh, before we get to division, we're still on step 1. Right. Okay, so now we can move on to step 2. And step 2, we divide both the numerator and the denominator by our GCF, which is 3. So we're going to take 12 divided by 3 and 3 divided by 3. So Courtney, what do I do now?
12 divided by 3.
Okay. Megan, what's the next step?
3 divided by 3.
So this is my new fraction, 4 over 1, and we need to check it. So we need to find the GCF of 4 over 1. Carrie, what are the factors of 4?
2
Felix, the factors of 1 are? 1 and 1, right? So the GCF is 1. So no, we did that problem right. A little trick, if you ever have a problem that's over the number 1, it's going to be in simplest form. So 4 over 1 will be in simplest form. Are there any other questions for this, India? Yeah, so 4 over 1, it's the same thing as 12 over 3. So they are equivalent fractions. Yep. Are there any other questions?
No.
Okay. Then we are going to, we're going to play a card game. I want to explain this to you. I'm going to hand each group, so you're going to be in your a deck of cards. You're going to have ace through a 10. Ace is 1. And then king is wild. So you can pick, if you draw a king, you can pick whatever number you want. Each person in your group is going to pick a card and put it like a fraction. So let's say, Jada, you're my partner. I draw a 9. Jada draws a 10. So our fraction is 9 over 10. Courtney. Our fraction is 9 over 10, and I want you to simplify this fraction. And I'm going to give you a piece of paper where you can write down the fraction and put it in simplest form. Do you have any questions?
What happens if they end up as the same card?
Right. So sometimes you might pull a group of cards where you can't simplify it. But I still want to see that you're doing the work to show me that the GCF is 1. Okay? And if you get 9 over, simplify that. And I want you to show me how you're simplifying. Are there any questions for this game? You're going to do 16 of these fractions and put them in simplest form. And when you're done, I want you to raise your hand and then we'll move on to something else. Okay? So you can put your math notebooks away. You'll still need a pencil. Sean, put it away. You sit there. Look at that. Put it away. Right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Naya, sit down, please. Felix, your desk should be closed. Your desk should be... Ashan. All right, if I call your name, I would like you to go over to the table to do some work with Miss Berger. Naya, you don't need anything. You don't need a chair. Naya, Marcus, Caitlin, and Malik, you may go over there. Anthony, can you go sit next to India? Can you come by Shatira? Here, you can split this card, the deck of cards, in half.
I'm a nine.
Can we actually see it?
Nope.
Oh, we can see it.
Take it in my hand.
It's a little loud right now. Here. Can you pass out the paper?
Oh, wow. Oh, no. Can we look at
Just flip over. Any questions about this? Yep.
What happened if you flip?
You can pick a card. Pick whatever number.
No, she picked the wild card.
Yep. Puts it in the denominator, and she can pick whatever number she wants that to be.
Okay.
Do you have a partner? Okay, Kennedy, come here. Can you hand one to Kennedy? You don't have a partner? Okay. Split this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who are we going again?
Cut in half. Give half to Darius.
Wait, how many do you got?
This is the fraction right here.
Right.
And this is.
Remember, those are the directions.
Oh, it's like this. It's like the back.
Yep. And remember, kings are wild, so you can pick anything. Did you get cards? Yeah. Sorry. Ashan, you need to do this, bud. So one of these is going to be your numerator and the denominator. Just like it says. Wild. Whatever number you want. Directions are right up there, so find the GCF of each.
I thought simple.
Sometimes it will already be in symbol form. Do you have a, can you sit down?
No.
Where's your,
It's just not.
so what fraction are you working on? So write it down. Why? Well, then she can help you. If you have a question, you can ask her. Faith? Courtney, thank you for doing this. I like that. Courtney, I need to, or Faith, I need to see that you're doing the steps on the board.
Okay.
So what's the first step?
Gotta. Now, how do you do check?
To check, you make sure that your new fraction, so what's your new fraction going to be?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I don't like doing this.
Lay one down.
You ready?
Right.
I'm not sure
What does the K mean?
The king is a wild.
what
So you can pick whatever number. Sometimes you won't get a king.
It's one.
How are you guys doing over here?
Good job.
if you're pulling from the
I need to come in at the top. So I need to close this. You can check by finding the. Right.
She got 3 over 5 and I got
Okay, so what's the GCF of this fraction?
3.
Can 3 go into 5?
Or be 9. I'm talking about
Can 9 go into 5?
9 can go over.
5. So the GCF is 1.
That's what I did. Yeah, that's what I got
Yep.
too. And
And then
I
you
got-
divide 9/5 by 1. So divide 9 by 1 and 5 by 1.
9 by 1.
Right.
1 divided by, it would be 1 divided by 9, right? Okay. So this is, wait, do we put this on here?
Once you find the simplest form of this fraction, you put it in the simplest form column. So did you find the GCF for 6/10? What's the GCF of 6 over 10?
2.
Okay, so now you're dividing the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. So it's 6 divided by 2. Three over what? 10 divided by 2? 10 divided by 2. 3/5. That would be your answer. Courtney, I need to see that you're doing this.
What's that? I don't get that.
So if your GCF is 1, you're dividing these numbers by 1, then that's your answer.
1.
No, your answer would be 9 over 8.
I know.
Yep. So you did it. You did it right. You just need to put it in that column. And then you can pick another.
Michelle and your little brother.
Yeah, I have 500.
What's your new fraction?
1 over here.
Okay. And then you can do another one.
No.
Show me that you're doing the work though. So I want to see all the factors.
What are like where are like the
This is 1. And for king, kings are going to be wild, so you can pick any number.
my cards? Like
You can shuffle them up and do it again.
What was that trick? Where did you put it before?
I
On my card.
finished all my cards.
This one's not right. This one's not right.
All of them are right.
The first one's right.
How is 2 of them not right?
Sometimes they're already going to be in simplest form.
Yeah, the ones that I did up here.
So GCF of 5, the GCF is 5 divided by 4. 5/4 is 1. So now you're going to divide 5 by 1 and 4 by 1. And you should get 5/4. You can swap cards and do it again. Okay. If I have to keep coming over here, we're going to do something else.
Look it. I'm half like the question. Look, she ain't even wrote the question down. Are you ready?
All right. Can I have everyone's attention? Can I have your pencils down? Felix. Felix. Oh, I'll take care of it. Put your pencils down. I need your attention. I need your attention up here. Jeremiah.
How beautiful.
Courtney, turn around.
You just told me to shut up.
Can you turn around? All right. What problems are we finding so far? Kennedy? Kennedy, I'm asking for you to do this. Don't worry about him. Felix, can you turn around? Oh, turn around. We're going to address this. Do we have any questions as we go through this? Is anyone having problems with this? Megan, what's a question you have? If you have what? Okay, I have heard this question, Megan, so I need all of your ears up here. If you pull a king, which is the K, or a wild card, it's going to be wild. So you can pick whatever number you want it to be. Kennedy? Oh, that shouldn't be in there. I'm sorry. Is it in there? Oh. Well, you're not going to draw that. I took those cards out so you won't draw them. All right, I'll give you about 5 more minutes, and then we're going to do something else. Terrence. Just wait until snack time. Wait until snack. Okay. I can't be seeing this.
Okay, 2.
I have this. Datavius. Datavius. Can you please do this? Thank you, Sophia. Oh, you're done? Awesome. I could do something else too. Anthony. Okay, so in this envelope, you each can pick a number. The same thing. You lay it down just like you did before.
Yes, 7.
Okay, so put it underneath. Yeah, you can join a group. Yeah, I can partner her up.
Sit maybe at whose desk is that?
Malik's. Felix, and you can work with Anaya. Can you tell Anaya how to do this? Where's your cards? These trees.
I have another one on
I should see some fractions.
Sean,
Did you have a question?
I'm one first. You have to wait till she gets
All right. Leah, can you go around and collect all the cards?
What can I do? Yeah.
You can come back when they're done. All right, everyone with the cards, we're going to wrap this up.
Look at this.
Tyler. You need to do your job. Anthony, is that scrap paper? All right, in 10 seconds, I should see you at your seat. 10, 9. No, it's fine. 8. 7. 6. Too loud. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. I got to 1 about 10 seconds ago. Like Miss Berger said, I know you have a couple days off, but that's no excuse for you not to listen to Miss Berger or myself. Thank you. I'll take those. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to walk through a word problem. And it should be pretty simple because I know you just did a couple of these. But I want you to read this. If you need to, you may draw an illustration. and we're going to walk through it. But I'll give you about 1 minute to read this word problem and do it. This is going to be in simplest form. Who thinks they know what to do first? Terrence. Oh. Can you wait? Felix. If we're stuck, we can draw an illustration. That's fine too. So it says Trina began to paint her fingernails one day. So fingernails, we have 10 fingers, right? So you could draw a hand. Okay, she has 10 fingers. She only got 5 done, so we can color them in. 3, 4, 5. She just got 5 done before she had to leave for a sleepover. So she had 5 out of how many? We don't need to keep making that noise. Yes? 5 out. Is that in simplest form?
No.
No. We need to check this by finding the GCF. So what's the first step? How do I find the GCF? Courtney? 1 and 5? Is that it for 5? Or Anthony, what's the next step?
The next step is to use 2 divided by 5.
Oh, before that though, what about the 10? Oh, not 2 divided by 5, 2 times 5. What else for 10? Sophia? 1 and 10. What's the GCF of this problem? Carrie? 5. All right, so now what do I do with this 5? I found the GCF, and that is 5. Terrence, what do I do now? Oh, I'm sorry, Peggy. What do I divide? Numerator? Number. Yeah. By 5 because that's our. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. And I divide 10 by the number now. Carrie? And Courtney divided by 5. So this is a new fraction. And we need to check that 1 is our GCF. So we do the fact. What are the factors of 1? Faith. Wow. And what are the factors of 2? Jade, what are the factors of 2? What the GCF is of this new fraction? Right, 1. So we know that this fraction is in simplest form. Okay? So that's how you do a word problem. If you're ever stuck, you can make an illustration, draw it out, and then just follow those 3 steps. Okay? All right, I need all your pencils and your math notebooks, if you have anything on your desk, need to be put away now.